At the beginning of the drama, we are shown a girl named Bong Soo who is walking on the road and looks quite tired. Near her, an ambulance is shown, and when it reaches the hospital, we find out that there was a 25-year-old man inside it. On the other hand, we see the police talking about this case, where they say, "In all these cases, one thing is common. All these men were with a woman before they died, who was very beautiful." Then, we are shown a flashback scene, where a beautiful girl is trying to seduce a man. But just then, the man dies, and the girl comes out. Then, a ghost is seen emerging from her, whose name is Sunny. She comes out of the girl's body and is casually roaming on the road. The next day, we see Sunny again, roaming the streets like a human. Then she gives us her introduction. "I am a ghost, a virgin ghost, and I absolutely do not like the fact that I died a virgin. That's why instead of going to heaven, I decided to wander here until this wish of mine is fulfilled." Now she is getting very bored because she has nothing to do. Just then, she looks to the other side of her chair, where there is a baby who smiles at her. From this, she understands that the baby can also see her, so she starts playing with him. In the next scene, we are shown a restaurant where all the chefs are talking amongst themselves and also working while fighting and bickering. Just then, they smell something burning, and as everyone looks, the sauce is burning there, and Bong Soo is sitting there, who is the female lead of this drama, sleeping. Then a chef named Min Soo comes and starts scolding her because the sauce burned due to her. But at that very moment, the restaurant's head chef, Seon Woo, arrives, who comes and handles the whole situation and starts scolding Min Soo instead because he was making Bong Soo do his work. Next, we see that Bong Soo feels a dark shadow pass in front of her, so she starts praying. At the same time, she gets a call from her grandmother, from whose words we learn that her grandmother is a shaman, which is why Bong Soo can also see spirits. And this is the reason why she cannot sleep properly at night. Therefore, her grandmother tells her to light incense sticks at night to protect herself from spirits before sleeping. In the next scene, we see Seon Woo, who is with his sister, Eun Hui, and she is in a wheelchair due to an accident. She tells him that his behavior changes quite a bit when he is with two people, one of whom is Bong Soo, and the other is his mom. We find out that his mom got pregnant at a very young age. Because of this, she couldn't take proper care of Seon Woo in his childhood, and that's why he didn't talk much to his mom. Now here, his mom asks him to keep a lucky charm made by a shaman with him, because according to that shaman, many evil spirits are after him. Because Seon Woo has a lot of positive energy, and he doesn't believe in ghosts and such things at all. Not at all. That's why he tells his mom to leave from there. But his mom is very smart, and she secretly puts that lucky charm in his pocket. After that, we see our ghost Sunny, who is eating food at a funeral. And at that very moment, a shaman enters there, who is the Hitler of all those ghosts. Seeing her, a cat-and-mouse chase begins between Sunny and that shaman, where the shaman is crazily running after Sunny. But Sunny possesses a lady to escape from her. At that same time, Seon Woo enters, passing by the same lady whom Sunny had possessed. Due to coming into contact with him, Sunny comes out of that body, because last night Seon Woo's mom had put the lucky charm in his pocket. Due to its effect, Sunny comes out of the lady's body. As soon as Sunny comes out, the shaman sees her, catches her, and starts taking her away from there. Now, from the shaman and Sune's conversation, it is revealed that Sune seduces Korean men to fulfill her last wish. But in this process, all those men die. Then the shaman tells her that if she wants to fulfill her wish and go to heaven, she will have to find a man of vitality, a man who has a lot of positive energy, and such people are 1 in a million. To this, Sune says, "I will find such a person." But the shaman says, "Because you are roaming freely here, I was not able to catch other spirits, and I was not able to concentrate on my prayers either." Now, Sunny gets caught up in her emotional talk and hugs her. Meanwhile, the shaman takes advantage of the opportunity and ties some bells around her neck, which only that shaman will be able to hear, so that if she runs away from here again, she can be easily caught. Now the scene shifts back to the restaurant, where we see that Seon Woo is a very good chef and very skilled in his work. His restaurant is also quite famous, where everyone works very well. After working hard all day and making many dishes, everyone starts to go home. Then we see Bong Soo, who reaches her home and is cooking something, and after making the dish, she posts it on her blog website, which is quite famous, and everyone likes it a lot. After going into her room, she lights incense sticks, but her landlord gets angry with her because her room didn't have ventilation, so she extinguishes them. Just then, the apartment owner comes to her room and tells her, "Vacate the house as soon as possible." Bong Soo sadly starts looking at her blogging scrapbook, in which she has put many photos of Chef Seon Woo, which shows that she likes him. Now the scene shifts to Seon Woo, who is taking care of Eun Hui. Just then, her husband, Officer Choi, arrives and takes Eun Hui away. Then, Seonwoo leaves from there and shops for seafood for his restaurant. As soon as he reaches the restaurant with all the supplies, he finds Bong-soo there, who has hidden her resignation letter there, leaving it in the restaurant. Now, because Seonwoo doesn't know anything about this, he goes to his room, where he is reading Bong-soo's blog, which he didn't know was her blog, and he likes that blog a lot, so he also writes a very good comment for it. The next day, when Seonwoo finds out that Bong-soo has quit her job, he is very surprised. Just then, the other chefs tell him Bong-soo has also taken our locker key with her. Hearing this, everyone gets worried and calls Bong-soo. On the other side, we see Bong-soo, who is not picking up anyone's phone. She is looking for a budget apartment for herself, which has ventilation, but all the apartments are quite expensive. On the other hand, we see Sune, where when a delivery boy comes to the shaman's house to deliver her order, she takes advantage of the opportunity and runs away from there. The shaman runs after her to catch her, but this time Sunny finds Bong-soo's body to hide in, which she easily possesses, and escapes from the shaman. Just then, at the bus stop, possessed Bong-soo is taken to the restaurant by Seonwoo, where Seonwoo asks her for the locker key. But because Bong-soo's body is possessed by Sunny, she doesn't understand what is happening. Now she is behaving very strangely. So Seonwoo himself starts to take the key from her, but Bong-soo picks him up and throws him down. Seeing this behavior of hers, everyone is shocked because the Bong-soo, who used to say sorry to everyone until yesterday, today she had picked up Chef Seonwoo and thrown him down. Everyone thinks perhaps she is a bit mentally disturbed. After this act, Sune decides that she will leave Bong-soo's body, but even after trying many times, she cannot get out of her body. Then she remembers what the shaman had said. The female whose body matches her energy, she will get trapped inside her. Thinking this, she faints right there. Then Yoon-hui explains to Seonwoo that he should stop Bong-soo from leaving. Then Seonwoo talks to her, but Bong-soo, being possessed, doesn't understand anything, so she agrees to everything the chef says. Then Seonwoo tells her, "All right, fine, I'll give you a month. In that time, decide if this job is right for you or not." Possessed Bong-soo immediately agrees to this and shakes hands with the chef. Seeing this behavior of Bong-soo, Seonwoo is completely shocked. He doesn't understand Bong-soo's strange behaviors. Now everyone is working, but possessed Bong-soo is very confused about what she has to do. Just then, Seonwoo, seeing Bong-soo doing nothing, asks her to wash the dishes. Then he asks Chef Min-soo to do some work, but as soon as the chef leaves from there, Min-soo asks Bong-soo to do that work, in response to which possessed Bong-soo says, "Why should I do this work? Seonwoo told you to do it, so you go and do it yourself." Hearing her reply, everyone is shocked, because Bong-soo never used to behave like this. In the next scene, everyone is talking about Bong-soo's changed behavior. They start thinking, could it be that Bong-soo has multiple personality disorder? And they also discuss the chef's case. At that time, Bong-soo behaves quite normally, as if she doesn't know anything. Then, somehow, possessed Bong-soo reaches her home and realizes that Bong-soo's body is like a magnet for spirits, because she can see spirits, and her body is very weak. In the next scene, we see Seonwoo accepting his friend Soo Hyung's offer to go on her TV show. It is a chef show where chefs have to cook according to the audience's random challenge, and Seonwoo selects Min-soo from his restaurant as his assistant chef, so that he can help him on that show. Seonwoo is very excited about this, but Min-soo remembers at the last moment that he forgot to bring Chef Seonwoo's personal knife. That's why he calls Bong-soo and asks her to bring the chef's knife. There we see that Bong-soo reaches the show with the knife, but Min-soo comes out to get the knife. And now, he is not getting entry back into the show. Now the show is about to start, and Seonwoo has no idea where Min-soo is, so in an emergency, he has to make Bong-soo his assistant. As soon as the show starts, they get a challenge that they have to prepare a stomach-friendly meal, and it has to be made from rice. There, Seonwoo's competitor chef is working very well, seeing which Seonwoo gets a little tense, due to which his rice burns. But at the last moment, Bong-soo prepares a traditional dish for him, which the judges like very much, and Seonwoo becomes the winner of the show. Seeing this, Seonwoo is very happy. Now when Min-soo reaches there, he finds out that the show is already over, and Soo Hyung tells him that they cannot change assistants repeatedly, so now Bong-soo will remain the assistant with the chef in the remaining episodes. Hearing this, Min-soo feels very bad. At night, when Bong-soo is going to her home, she sees a drunk man on the way, who is lying unconscious on the road. So she picks him up and takes him to the police station, where she meets Yoon-hui's husband, Officer Choi, who tells Bong-soo, "Wait right here because that boy's dad wants to thank you personally." As soon as that boy's dad comes to the police station, Sune's memories start coming back to her, and she remembers that man is her dad, and the one she brought here is her brother. Knowing all this, she becomes very emotional. Mr. Shin comes to the police station to pick up his son, and thanks Bong-soo for her help. Then he takes her to his small restaurant and serves her dinner, which makes Bong-soo very emotional, and she starts remembering old things. Then she gets up and goes inside the kitchen, where she observes that they have a lot of storage of meat and groceries, and at one time their restaurant never had a shortage of anything. Then possessed Bong-soo goes to Sun-ai's room, where she sees that her room is still the same as it used to be. Just then, Sun-ai's brother arrives there, who doesn't like Bong-soo coming into his sister's room at all. Then Bong-soo makes an excuse that she was going to the washroom, and saying so, she leaves from there. The next day, we see that Bong-soo takes gloves from her restaurant and gives them to Mr. Shin because his gloves were torn. And in this way, for a few days, she keeps stealing small things from her restaurant and giving them to Mr. Shin because she feels that their restaurant has so many things, so if she takes something, no one will know. But one day, Seon-woo and the other chefs find out that small things are being stolen from their restaurant. That's why Seon-woo makes everyone stand in a line and asks who the culprit is. Bong-soo is about to accept this, but then Seon-woo's suspicion falls most on Min-soo because he accepts that he stole one of those items. But Seon-woo accuses him of stealing all the things and shouts at him a lot. Because of this, Min-soo quits his job and leaves. Bong-soo tries hard to convince Seon-woo, but he doesn't agree, and out of fear, she also cannot accept her mistake. In the next scene, we again see possessed Bong-soo, who is feeling a little guilty. Just then, she meets Officer Choi on the way. Then a flashback is shown in which Sunny had a crush on Officer Choi at one time, but she never confessed her feelings. Now possessed Bong-soo starts blushing in front of him, and Officer Choi is also surprised by Bong-soo's changed behavior. Now we see that due to Min-soo's absence, there are many problems in the restaurant. That's why Seon-woo calls one of his friends and asks him to find a chef. Then his friend tells him that nowadays it is very difficult to find good chefs, and no one is ready to work with you because you are very strict. Just then, we see Mr. Shin's son arrive there, and returning all the things Bong-soo had given them, he says, "Make your staff understand. My dad is neither so rich that someone can trap him, nor is he so helpless." Actually, he is saying this because he thinks Bong-soo wants to trap his dad. Now, Seon-woo understands that Bong-soo did all this, but we see that Seon-woo, to save Bong-soo here, asks to keep this mistake of hers a secret. And now, Seon-woo's anger towards Min-soo had also subsided. That's why he goes to the car washing center to bring Min-soo back, where Min-soo had started working. And when the chef asks him to come back, he becomes very happy and hugs him. Next, we see Seon-woo's mom arriving at the restaurant with the shaman. Seeing her, possessed Bong-soo gets scared because the shaman had tied a spiritual bell around Sunay's neck, so that as soon as Sun-aye came in front of the shaman, she could recognize her by the sound of that bell. But Bong-soo walks very slowly so that the bells don't ring. And leaving from there, she goes to a restaurant with everyone where they all drink a lot, so much so that they couldn't even stand straight. Just then, possessed Bong-soo comes to Seon-woo and tries to seduce him. But at that very moment, her one-sided crush Soo-hyung calls, and he leaves from there. Actually, Soo-hyung had a small accident, which scared her, so she calls Seon-woo. Then we see in a flashback how Seon-woo had liked Soo-hyung since college days, but one day a friend of his comes to the same restaurant on a date with Soo-hyung, and in this way, our Seon-woo's heart breaks. But in the present, that friend of his was no longer in this world, so Seon-woo had a chance to confess his love. But still, he had not confessed his feelings to Soo-hyung. Now possessed Bong-soo was sitting outside thinking about where she should go after all. Then she thinks, why not spend the night in the restaurant? So she takes all her belongings and goes to the restaurant, where she enters with very slow steps so that Seon-woo cannot find out, because he lived in the room above the restaurant and he had no idea what was happening downstairs. But here, possessed Bong-soo encounters a ghost who ruins Bong-soo's idea of sleeping in the restaurant, because in the scuffle between the two, plates fall down. Due to this, the ghost leaves from there, but Seon-woo sees Bong-soo and does not allow her to sleep in the restaurant. That's why she goes to spend the night in a sauna. But even there, seeing so many couples, she tries to flirt. But this idea of hers also flops. The restaurant was having a busy schedule, but Bong-soo was still making faces looking at Seon-woo, because last night Seon-woo had not let her stay in the restaurant. But Seon-woo, ignoring all these things, goes to Eun-hui, where she was looking at photos of babies. Just then, Seon-woo tells her, "I don't like babies and animals at all." But Eun-hui was of a completely opposite nature. Just then, Seon-woo gets a call from Soo-hyung, who calls him for a shoot and also asks him to bring Bong-soo along. That's why, reluctantly, Seon-woo has to take Bong-soo with him. The scene now shifts to the shooting set, where after the shooting is over, Soo-hyung and Seon-woo are talking and Bong-soo is sitting comfortably. Just then, a man comes there interrupting Soo-hyung and Seon-woo's conversation, and while talking, he starts hitting on Soo-hyung. Seeing this, Seon-woo feels a little insecure, so as soon as that man leaves from there, Seon-woo keeps the man's car keys with him. But Bang-sun sees him doing this. Now that man starts looking for his keys all over the office, but Seon-woo doesn't return the keys to him. On the other hand, Seon-woo, Soo-hyung, and Bong-soo decide to have lunch together. Just then, Soo-hyung gets some work, and she asks Seon-woo and Bong-soo to go to the restaurant and wait. Now the scene focuses on Bong-soo and Seon-woo in the restaurant, where Bong-soo blackmails Seon-woo that if he doesn't let her stay in his restaurant for a few nights, she will tell Soo-hyung everything that he has the keys. Now poor Seon-woo has to agree to Bong-soo's demand, and in this way, Bong-soo gets permission to stay the night in the restaurant. Now, because Seon-woo was not alone in the restaurant, he tries to maintain full distance because Bong-soo is a girl, and he didn't want society to question him. At night, Bong-soo plays very loud music in the restaurant and also makes fried rice for herself, which she also goes to give to Seon-woo and tries to seduce him again. But Seon-woo shoos her away from there, and because he didn't like rice, he feeds it to his dog. And Seon-woo already explains to her, no other chef or outsider should know about the night stay. So she does all her work keeping this in mind. Now, when everyone was working in the restaurant, we see that Seon-woo is not feeling well, and he has a cold and fever. That's why he agrees to rest at the insistence of the other chefs. The other chefs send Bong-soo out of the restaurant to get some supplies. Just then, she meets Mr. Shin on the way, seeing whom Bong-soo reacts as if she is angry with him because he had returned all her things. That's why Mr. Shin takes her to his restaurant to appease her and offers her a drink. Now, in the evening, after all the work is done, everyone had left the restaurant, and Bong-soo was still staying there for the night because she knew that Seon-woo was not well. That's why she lovingly makes porridge for him and goes to his room to give it to him. Reaching the room, she observes that Seon-woo has a very high fever, and she tries to wake him up because he hadn't eaten anything. Now Seon-woo was half asleep, and he sees Soo-hyung there instead of Bong-soo, so he starts kissing her. But as soon as Seon-woo comes to his senses, he tells Bong-soo to leave from there, and we can understand that he feels very embarrassed. From outside the room, the ghost inside Bong-soo observes that due to her kiss, Seon-woo's health has improved. Observing this, she runs towards Soo-nam and tells her ghost friend about it. From this, we understand that this happened because Seon-woo has a lot of positive energy, and Bong-soo also needed a person with positive energy so that she could fulfill her last wish and go to heaven. The next day, Bong-soo puts all her attention on Seon-woo because she had found that person with positive energy. But Seon-woo keeps ignoring her because he is embarrassed by what happened last night. Bong-soo requests Seon-woo to get intimate with her because she wanted to fulfill her desire and go to heaven, but Seon-woo absolutely does not listen to her. For many days, Bong-soo keeps requesting Seon-woo, so to get rid of Bong-soo, Seon-woo one day goes to his mom's house to spend the night. Now the scene shifts back to the restaurant, where we see that all of Seon-woo's cold has been absorbed into Bong-soo's body, but she still keeps working. As night falls, Seon-woo and Bong-soo are together again, where Bong-soo again requests him to be intimate and says, "There is a reason behind doing this, and I will tell that reason when the right time comes." But Seon-woo, not listening to her, goes to his room and closes the door. Upon reaching the room, he sees Soo-hyung's message, "If you're feeling better, call me." Then we see Seon-woo trying to remove 4 leads from his mobile before making a call, but surprisingly he couldn't do it. Her dad is working alone in the kitchen, and while working he faints. Just then, we see Officer Choi, as always, coming to the restaurant to eat. But as soon as he sees Mr. Shin in an unconscious state, he leaves from there without helping him. So she immediately comes out to see her dad. But as soon as she sees her dad in an unconscious state, she starts panicking completely and tries to dial the emergency number. But being a ghost, she couldn't do that. Just then, she remembers Bong-soo, and she goes out to find her. The scene now shifts to the set of the show, where today's random challenge for the chef and Bong-soo is one in which the chef and their partner had to change their positions from time to time. As soon as the buzzer rings, it's Bong-soo's turn. Bong-soo, in a panic, drops the flower. Just then, Soon-ae's ghost arrives there, and seeing her, Bong-soo runs away from the middle of the shooting and goes into a hall. Sun-ae also follows her there, where she requests Bong-soo to call the emergency number. But Bong-soo doesn't listen to her. She is only saying to Sun-ae, "Please, don't possess me." Just then, someone comes to call Bong-soo, and her attention is diverted from Sun-ae. Meanwhile, seeing the opportunity, Sun-ae possesses Bong-soo again and immediately dials the emergency number, sending an ambulance to her dad's restaurant. After making the call, she feels a little better. Just then, the shooting crew comes and takes her back to the set. Now, during the show, we see how possessed Bong-soo corrects her mistake, and in the end, they win the challenge. As soon as the show ends, possessed Bong-soo reaches the hospital to see her dad. Bong-soo tells her brother to take proper care of her dad. Bong-soo was saying this as a sister because she was possessed, but Sune's brother starts imagining her as his future wife. On the other hand, Seon-woo was looking very worried because Bong-soo hadn't come to the restaurant yet, so he finally calls her. Just as the call ends, Bong-soo arrives there, and she starts flirting with Seon-woo like before. So he talks to Bong-soo about her dream and offers to train her himself, to which Bong-soo says yes. Then we see that during the training session, Bong-soo feels very happy fantasizing about herself with Seon-woo. After the training session, both go to sleep. The next morning, Seon-woo also explains to Bong-soo that no one should know about their training, otherwise people will misunderstand them. And then, after giving everyone a day off, Seon-woo goes to the market with Bong-soo, where he trains her to buy the best quality seafood and groceries. After this training session, they both stop somewhere and have dinner. Meanwhile, Officer Choi discusses Bong-soo and Seon-woo's relationship with Yoon-hwae, and we understand that Officer Choi is a little curious about their relationship. The scene shifts back to the restaurant. The next day, he promises her. Next, we see that there are also talks among the other chefs about the growing closeness between Bong-soo and Seon-woo. On the other hand, we see that Seon-woo's mom and the shaman's meetings had increased a lot, and both had become good friends. The shaman, sitting with them, is thinking about Sune's ghost, wondering where she has disappeared. And just then, she gets a hint as to where Sune might be. At night, we see Seon-woo was about to take Bong-soo to a restaurant for dinner. That's why Bong-soo gets ready to go and wears a short dress so she can hit on Seon-woo again. On the other hand, Seon-woo has to wait for Bong-soo because she is late. Meanwhile, while walking on the road, possessed Bong-soo meets the shaman. But this time, her act doesn't work, and the shaman recognizes her. Because of this, Sune has to leave Bong-soo's body in the middle of the road so she can escape from there. Now Bong-soo returns to her normal state, and she is very confused. Just then, Bong-soo finds Seon-woo in front of her, who was waiting for her, and they both stare at each other surprisingly. Bong-soo had just come out of her possessed state, so she had no idea what she was really doing here. Seon-woo thinks that Bong-soo has gone back into her depression mode, but still, he decides to fulfill his promise and asks the confused Bong-soo to sit in the car. Then Seon-woo goes to a restaurant with Bong-soo, where we understand that no matter how confused Bong-soo is, she was enjoying spending time with Seon-woo. As soon as the dish is finished, they both come out. Just then, Bong-soo is impressed by seeing a guy playing guitar on the roadside, but Seon-woo has no interest in it, and he tells Bong-soo to quickly get into the car. But Seon-woo had understood that Bong-soo likes to listen to the guitar, so he also takes out his guitar and playing it, sings a song. In the other room, Bong-soo is impressed hearing him sing and gives a cute smile. In the next scene, the shaman catches Sunny and takes her to her house, but Sunny doesn't want to go back with her. Then the shaman tells her, "What will you be able to do by being free when you have so far failed to resolve your grudge?" But Sunny says, "I will soon succeed in my purpose, and I just need a little more time." But then the shaman reminds her, "What will you do after 3 months when you become an evil spirit?" And saying so, she takes her with her. Then we are shown the shaman performing a ritual on the ghost, which seemed very painful for Sune. But just then, suddenly, some strange powers come over Sune, the impact of which causes a cut on the shaman's face. And we can also see a black shadow around Sunhae. After that, we see Soo-hyung, who seemed worried about the growing closeness between Bong-soo and Seon-woo. Just then, her colleague comes and advises her to date someone because she is still very young. But unwillingly, Soo-hyung cannot reject the offer. Then she calls Seon-woo and tells him about her random date, but Seon-woo doesn't give her any special attention to this either, which makes Soo-hyung feel a little weird. Now the scene focuses back on the shaman, where she tells Sunhae about the evil spirit that has entered her, hearing which Sunhae gets very scared and falls into thought. The shaman tells her, "It's going to be 3 years since you died, and if you don't resolve your grudge soon and leave from here, you will become an evil spirit." On the other hand, Seon-woo gives Bong-soo a lesson about spices and asks her to taste different varieties of spices. Meanwhile, he also gives her ginger tea to drink, so that she can refresh her mouth after tasting the spices. The next day, we see the shaman, where we find out that she had deliberately let Sunny go from there because she didn't want Sunny to become an evil spirit. And she was also a little worried about this because the person Sunny had chosen to resolve her grudge was her client's son. As soon as Bong-soo comes out, she encounters Sunny again, seeing whom she starts running back. But Sunny needed her body to resolve her grudge. So she tells her, if you let me possess you in return, I will bring you closer to Seonwoo. But Bong-soo rejects this offer. Now the scene focuses back on the restaurant, where Bong-soo's lesson for today is proper usage of a knife. As soon as the lesson is over, Seonwoo goes out, where he finds Soo-hyung in a drunk condition, and while steadying herself, she comes close to Seonwoo and kisses him. Bong-soo also sees this scene, and she realizes that she cannot get close to Seonwoo on her own. So she goes out to find Sunnae, where after a lot of searching, she finally finds her, and she gives her permission to possess her body. And hearing this, Sunnae goes absolutely mad with joy. After this, Bong-soo and Sunnae become very good friends, and both share their personal matters with each other. Bong-soo tells Sunnae that she wants to date Seonwoo, and Sunnae also assures her that it will happen. Now the scene focuses back on Bong-soo, who was in her normal state, and she was making a strategy with Sunnae to get close to Seonwoo. And finally, it is decided that Sunnae will go to Seonwoo's room and try to get close to him. On the other hand, we see Officer Choi has come to Yoon-hwae's reunion, where her friends are discussing her accident, and they are speaking ill of whoever caused the accident. But hearing about the accident again, Officer Choi starts behaving a bit strangely, and he goes out and makes a big scratch on that girl's car. And seeing his behavior, we understand that he must have something to do with that accident. The next day, everyone arrives for the trip. All the chefs have reached the countryside with Seonwoo. There, they all stay in a homestay, where the owner has a daughter who can see the spirit inside Bong-soo. But this doesn't bother Bong-soo much. Everyone now plays games there, and after drinking a lot, the whole party starts. But soon, their drinks run out, and Seonwoo goes to get them. Then Bong-soo also goes with him. Now, while bringing the drinks, Bong-soo tries to get close to Seonwoo, but just then, Soo-hyung comes there like a third wheel. Now she also comes there and joins them on their trip. And because of her arrival, Bong-soo's entire plan gets ruined because she and Soo-hyung have to share a room together. Now Bong-soo and Soo-hyung keep an eye on each other to see if either of them is going out of the room. But still, in the middle of the night, Bong-soo tricks Soo-hyung and leaves from there and reaches Seonwoo's room. Seonwoo wakes up due to Bong-soo's sudden arrival. Then Bong-soo makes an excuse. Soo-hyung is snoring very loudly, so I can't sleep there. Now, Seonwoo somehow gets her out of his room. Just then, they hear some noises from outside, and they go out to see, where they find out that the house owner's daughter here has gone missing. That's why Bong-soo and Seonwoo split up and go to find her. Now, Bong-soo soon finds the little girl, who tricks Bong-soo and locks her in a cold storage because she could see the spirit inside Bong-soo. After that, the little girl goes to her family. But here, Seonwoo gets very worried because the little girl had returned, but now Bong-soo was missing. Because of this, the other chefs and Soo-hyung have to come out in the middle of their sleep to find her. Now, after searching for a long time, everyone hears the sound of firecrackers from somewhere, from which Seonwoo finds out that it is Bong-soo, because when they were bringing drinks, Bong-soo had taken those firecrackers, and Sunnae, having come out of Bong-soo's body, had managed to light that firecracker with great difficulty, so that they could know where Bong-soo was. Now Seonwoo soon reaches there and rescues Bong-soo, and shouts at her a lot, as if he cares for her so much. He even carries her on his back and starts taking her towards the room. In this way, this problem is solved, but they couldn't understand who lit the firecracker, because Bong-soo was locked inside the cold storage. Anyway, the next day, everyone packs their luggage and leaves from there. On the other hand, when Officer Choi is working at the police station, another officer comes and talks about finding a clue about Yoon-hwae's accident case, hearing which Choi gets a little worried. Now, just as Officer Han is bringing the evidence of Yoon-hwae's accident, a man dressed in black clothes comes to him, injures him badly, and also breaks that evidence. In the next scene, after Bong-sun's training, Chef Seonwoo and Bong-sun are doing cleaning work, and because it's nighttime, there's no one else there besides them. Then Seonwoo tells Bong-sun to turn on the tap, but by doing so, Bong-sun gets completely wet because she had held the pipe's knob from the wrong side. Now, because Bong-sun had gotten very wet, Seonwoo starts to dry her with a towel, and all of a sudden they both come very close, and Seonwoo brings Bong-sun close to him and starts kissing her. At that very moment, Sunnae's spirit comes out of Bong-sun's body, and Seonwoo actually starts kissing Bong-sun. Now, when Bong-sun realizes that she is kissing the chef, she runs away from there out of fear. Then he goes after her and tells her, "This time, it's not a mistake, and I am embarrassed because maybe I'm crazy, but I truly have feelings for you." He tells her all this. Then Bong-sun also accepts Seonwoo. Then we see Officer Choi, who finds out that Officer Han has been attacked, and he is hospitalized. Hearing this, Choi immediately leaves for the hospital. The next morning, Bong-sun starts flirting with the chef, and we can clearly see that Bong-sun is possessed. The chef explains to her, "Don't act like this in front of anyone," which might make people suspicious of us. But as soon as she goes into the restaurant, she starts following the chef, and everyone is noticing all this. She keeps bothering him by messaging him repeatedly in front of everyone. That's why the chef takes her upstairs and says, "Do you want to embarrass me?" Then, possessed Bong-sun says, "This is our first day as a couple, and wouldn't you want to do something with me tonight? Like wandering alone or having dinner together or sleeping together at night?" To which Seon-woo says, "I know very well about your dirty plans, but I am not an open-minded person, so if you want to date me, you'll have to go according to me because I don't want to do anything like this so soon." Saying so, Seon-woo leaves from there. The next scene is of the hospital, where Officer Choi is with Han. Just then, Han regains consciousness, and his sister goes to the doctors to inform them. Choi asks Han, "Do you remember anything?" Han says, "I don't remember anything." Then Han's gaze falls on Choi's watch, and he remembers that the man who attacked him was also wearing a similar watch, but Han doesn't tell Choi this. At night, we see Seon-woo taking Bong-sun to dinner, but Bong-sun's attention was more on mischief than on dinner. She bothers Seon-woo a lot because she wanted Seon-woo to spend time with her romantically so that she could resolve her grudge and leave this world. Then Bong-sun cleverly takes Seon-woo to a motel and says, "My feet are hurting a lot, so let's both stay here and rest for a while." But Seon-woo had understood her intentions. He asks her, "Do you like me or my body?" To which Bong-sun replies, "Girls say that, and I am not an ordinary girl. I like both you and your body." Then Seon-woo says, "We should talk to move our relationship forward, not do silly things." He explains to her, "I don't want anything to go wrong between us because I love you, and I don't want to do everything so quickly." Hearing all this, possessed Bong-sun gets very angry, and she tells Seon-woo, "If you want me to stay away from you, then I will do so." After that, she stands at a distance in anger and starts yelling at him from afar, which was a very funny scene. Then we see that in his childhood, an evil spirit possessed Officer Choi by taking advantage of his weakness, meaning Officer Choi is also possessed in the present time. Meanwhile, we also find out that after Eunhui's accident, she had also tried to commit suicide, but Officer Choi saved her life. And that's where they both met for the first time. In the next scene, Min-soo is shown celebrating his birthday with everyone, except for Seon-woo. All the workers are enjoying with him. Meanwhile, Seon-woo was very worried about Bong-soo. He thinks why Bong-soo hasn't come to the restaurant yet, but he didn't know that Bong-soo is enjoying the party. Now because Min-soo had taken Seon-woo's card, messages were coming on his phone, and he was finding out where Min-soo was spending how much money, in which he finds out that Min-soo has checked into a hotel. Seeing this, he is very shocked, because Bong-soo also liked motels very much, after which he calls Min-soo. Then Min-soo picks up the call and says that Bong-soo is with them in a motel, and she is taking a shower. Then the chef runs to that motel where everyone is partying wildly. Seon-woo goes to Bong-soo, picks her up and brings her out, then gives her water to bring her to her senses and says, "You shouldn't go to motels with boys like this." To which Bong-soo says, "If you were so worried about me, you should have come with me." Then the chef tries to explain to her, "Not everyone is as decent as me. Anyone could have taken advantage of you being a girl." Then he tells her, "You have to stay with me everywhere now." Hearing this, Bong-soo smiles and clings to the chef, after which they both go home talking. Then Bong-soo asks him, "What is it that you don't want to sleep with me?" To which the chef holds her hand and says very lovingly, "I want to go far with you, so let's start slowly." And this was a very beautiful moment. After this, we see Bong-soo and the chef returning to the restaurant. Now they both were sitting and talking when the chef's mom arrives. Then the chef makes an excuse and asks Bong-soo to leave. Here, Seon-woo's mom was scolding him that he shouldn't date Bong-soo because she is not successful and her height is also short. Then Seon-woo tells his mother, "There's nothing like that." In the next scene, Seon-woo and Bong-soo go to the market, where on the way they meet Suni's father, Mr. Shin. Bong-soo introduces Seon-woo to Mr. Shin and tells him he also has a small restaurant. Then these two go to Mr. Shin's restaurant to help him with his luggage. Arriving there, Mr. Shin tells the chef, "My restaurant is a bit messy. I can't compare it to your restaurant." Mr. Shin tells Seon-woo that his restaurant used to be very popular, but about 3 years ago his daughter died, which caused all his restaurant's customers to leave. Anyway, Seon-woo fixes the tap in Mr. Shin's restaurant. Then Mr. Shin thanks him for his help and offers him food from his restaurant, which Seon-woo doesn't refuse. Actually, Seon-woo can't digest rice, but still, he eats rice out of respect for Mr. Shin. Now, these two return to their restaurant, and due to eating rice, Seon-woo's stomach starts hurting. On the other hand, we see Officer Choi sitting in his office looking at a damaged phone. Meanwhile, a flashback scene is shown in which Choi is chasing a girl. Actually, this girl is none other than Sunny, and Choi himself had killed Sunny. In the present, the phone in Choi's hand was also Sunny's. On the other side, Bong-soo tells the chef, "When you can't digest rice, why did you eat rice?" To which Seon-woo says, that old man offered me so lovingly, so I couldn't refuse him. And somewhere, he seemed sad about his daughter. But when I ate the rice he made, a smile came on his face. Now, seeing this kind gesture of Seon-woo, Bong-soo feels very good. Then both go to get medicine, where on the way, they enjoy themselves in a playground, after which, these two are sitting on a swing. Then Bong-soo tells Seon-woo, because of you, I have been able to experience many things. Actually, these words were not spoken by Bong-soo, but by the spirit inside her, Sun-I. She says, I have never walked with anyone holding their hand, nor have I ever sat with anyone like this in a playground. All this was just a dream for me that I had seen long ago, but because of you, my dream has come true. Then Seon-woo says, what else do you want to experience? To which Bong-soo says, I have never been on a trip. Then the chef says, all right, we will go on a trip tomorrow night, an overnight trip. But then we see Bong-soo very disturbed. She goes to the shaman and says, I have started liking Seon-woo now, and whenever he holds my hand, I feel very good. And whatever I am feeling right now, I have never experienced all this before. In the next scene, we see the chef coming to Bong-soo and telling her to wrap up her things quickly because today they were going on a trip. After which Bong-soo packs her things, but she was very confused. She wonders if she should go on this trip or not. But then she decides that yes, she must go, so that she can quickly end her regret and move on. But then the chef finds out that his mother has drunk too much. Because of this, he will have to drop his mom home. So Seon-woo tells Bong-soo to wait and himself goes to his mother. Just then we see Choi, who goes into Bong-soo's room after she leaves, where he finds many things related to ghost hunting in Bong-soo's room. Meanwhile, we see the chef, who has reached his mother, but he finds out that this was all his mother's plan. She had called Soo-hyung there, so that she could make an excuse to call Seon-woo there too, and they could have a private meeting. Now, leaving these two alone, his mother leaves from there, and these two walk and talk. Before Soo-hyung could say anything, Seon-woo tells her, I am already dating someone else. Hearing this, Soo-hyung leaves from there. After which, Seon-woo calls Bong-soo, but she doesn't pick up his call. As soon as Bong-soo reaches home, Seon-woo also arrives there. He apologizes to Bong-soo because, due to him, they couldn't go on the trip. After that, these two enjoy themselves at home and spend time together by setting up a tent on the roof. Now, in the course of conversation, Seon-woo kisses Bong-soo, and he is about to get intimate with her. But Bong-soo says, I can't do this, and she runs away. When she runs, Suni comes out from inside her. Then Bong-soo asks her, what happened? To which Suni says, I got a fever, so I came out of your body. Next, these two sit on the swing. Bong-soo tells Suni, I have started getting very close to the chef now. Earlier, I hated that I could see ghosts, but now I like it, that I have someone I can talk to. Meanwhile, we see Choi, who looks very angry. He is shocked to see the things in Bong-soo's house and asks himself, who is Bong-soo after all? And we see that the spirit inside him is overpowering him. Then we see Seon-woo, who has to go for an interview. He takes Bong-soo with him as his assistant, but coming out of the restaurant, he says, I don't need any assistant, I just didn't want to go there alone, so I'm taking you with me. But you can be my makeup artist. Then, he takes Bong-soo to a shopping mall to buy her a dress, where Bong-soo tries on many dresses. Then, Seon-woo likes one of those dresses. After that, these two purchase the dress and go for the interview. First, Seon-woo has a photo shoot. Then, a girl interviews him. She asks him, you are a star chef. So many girls are your fans. But who is your ideal woman? Then the chef says, my ideal woman should be beautiful to look at. Her eyes should be like a half moon, and at the same time she should also have cooking skills. Meanwhile, the reporter sitting in front looking at Bong-soo says, like your makeup artist. But the chef says, no, her eyes are long like a dragonfly's. And hearing this, Bong-soo glares at him. Then both return home where they see that, due to the rain, water is dripping into Bong-soo's room, because of which her room is filled with a lot of water and all the things are wet. Seeing this, the chef says, tonight you sleep in my room. Hearing this, she gets a little nervous but is forced to go to his room. There, Seon-woo tries to get close to Bong-soo, but Bong-soo pretends to be asleep. In the next scene, Bong-soo asks Mr. Shin, how did your daughter die? To which her father says, my daughter committed suicide. Hearing this, Bong-soo is shocked, and Sune, who was inside her, thinks, why would I commit suicide? After that, Bong-soo immediately goes to Sune's room and looks at the 3 tickets kept in her diary. Then Sune remembers that she had booked these trip tickets for her father's 60th birthday. But why did she take her own life a week before the birthday? Now Bong-soo takes that diary and goes out and calls someone saying, I need to talk to you about something important. After this, we see Officer Choi, to whom Bong-soo had gone, meaning she had called Officer Choi. Bong-soo asks Choi, do you know Sune? Then Choi understands whom she is talking about. Bong-soo lies to him. We used to attend cooking classes together, and I was very close to her. so I don't think she would have committed suicide. Then she gives him Sune's diary and showing those tickets says, she was supposed to go on a trip with her family, so why would she commit suicide? I think she was murdered. But Choi says, she sent a suicide note to her father before she died, and the investigation revealed that she had indeed committed suicide. Now, Choi takes the diary from Bong-soo and says, I will investigate again. After this, Bong-soo returns to the restaurant and Sun Ah-ye comes out of her body and goes to the shaman. Sun Ah-ye asks the shaman, do the souls of those who commit suicide wander? To which the shaman says, yes, it happens with some people. After this, when she is going to her room, the chef suddenly comes in front of her. He gives her a bouquet. Then he also puts a necklace on her. Meanwhile, both come very close and the chef is about to kiss her. But before that, Sun-ae comes there and pushes Bong-soo. Actually, seeing them both close, Sun-ae's evil side had overpowered her. But the very next moment she thinks, what have I done? And she runs away from there. Here, Bong-soo is also confused as to why she pushed her. Now, in the middle of the night, as soon as Bong-soo opens her eyes, she finds a letter on her bed, which Sun-ae had left for her. The letter said, I can't stay in your body anymore, and I'm sorry I couldn't even say goodbye to you. But maybe if I leave, everything will be all right, so I'm going. Reading this, Bong-soo immediately leaves the room and goes to find Sun-ae. Here, Seon-woo also wakes up and sees that Bong-soo is not in her room. So he calls Bong-soo and shouts angrily, where are you? And you shouldn't be walking in the dark like this. Just then, Bong-soo sees across the road that the chef had come to pick her up. Now, for a moment, Bong-soo thinks, the chef worries so much about me, and I was longing so much to get his love. So from now on, I will only think about myself. Now Bong-soo runs and hugs Seon-woo and keeps hugging him for a long time because she absolutely did not want to lose him. In the next scene, we see Seon-woo and Bong-soo. Bong-soo now talks to Seon-woo quite confidently. He tells her, we always go to the market together, so the workers might get the wrong idea about us. That's why today we will make some excuse and go to the market. Now, one of the chefs overhears their conversation, and he tells all the chefs about it. But no one believes him. Anyway, according to the plan, Seon-woo and Bong-soo go to the market, where Seon-woo takes Bong-soo to a restaurant to feed her her favorite dish. And here we find out that dish was not Bong-soo's, but Sun-ae's favorite. But before Bong-soo could refuse, Seon-woo had already ordered that dish. Because of this, Bong-soo has to eat that dish, after which Seon-woo tells Bong-soo to prepare an eggplant dish for tomorrow, because tomorrow people were coming to their restaurant for a show shooting. Now Bong-soo is very nervous about the eggplant dish, after which at night, Bong-soo prepares to make the eggplant dish. Just then, Seon-woo comes to her and helps her a little. Meanwhile, we see Choi, who had a knife in his hand and was watching Bong-soo from outside the restaurant. And perhaps he had come here to kill Bong-soo because Bong-soo wanted Sun-ae's suicide to be investigated. But Seon-woo was also with Bong-soo, due to which Choi has to leave from there. Then Bong-soo practices all night and prepares a very good eggplant dish. The next day, everyone likes Bong-soo's dish, and the chef also appreciates her very much for her work. But their director is talking very rudely to the entire staff. He tells Bong-soo to bring his equipment box and bothers her a lot. Seeing this, Seon-woo gets very angry and shouts at everyone. The director says, I was just taking help from your staff. But Seon-woo says very angrily, I am dating Bong-soo, so don't disrespect her. Hearing this, all the chefs are shocked. After that, the shooting ends, and while leaving, the director apologizes to Seon-woo. In the next scene, Sun-ae has come to say goodbye to her dad because she had decided to leave this world. On the other hand, Soo-hyung and Bong-soo are still drinking. Now Bong-soo gets very drunk, so Soo-hyung says, come on, I'll drop you home. But Bong-soo says, I'm not too drunk, I'll go home alone. Now Bong-soo starts walking home alone and she asks herself, are you happier now? Meanwhile, we see a flashback of Bong-soo's childhood, in which it is revealed that she had no friends in her childhood, and all the girls in school stayed away from her because she could see ghosts since childhood. Because of this, she always lived in fear, and her entire childhood was spent alone. Thinking this, Bong-soo says, my life is better now than in childhood. Now, Bong-soo is going towards home when a car comes in front of her, and before that car could hit her, Sun-ae pushes Bong-soo aside. Now, Sun-ae is about to leave when Bong-soo stops her and asks, did you come here to meet the chef? To which Sun-ae says, no, I came to say goodbye to my father. She also tells Bong-soo, take care of yourself. And Bong-soo thanks her, because thanks to her, she was able to get close to the chef. After that, Sun-ae leaves from there. Just then, on the way, Sun-ae sees the same car that was about to hit Bong-soo. And that car was being driven by none other than Officer Choi, who had come to kill Bong-soo. Now we see Choi sitting very angrily because Bong-soo had escaped. Just then, he honks angrily, which irritates a man passing by, and he shouts at Choi and asks him to get out of the car. The very next moment, we see Choi beating that man very badly and killing him. Now Sune is watching all this hiding, after which she goes straight to the shaman and says, "We have to stop the ritual because there is something that is stopping me from leaving." She tells the shaman that Officer Choi wants to kill Bong-soo. Meanwhile, Seon-woo meets Bong-soo outside the restaurant and tells her, "I'm very hungry, so make fried rice for me just like you made it on the show that day." Actually, on the show that day, Suni had made the fried rice, not Bong-soo. Then Bong-soo makes something else in her own way, which the chef likes very much. He says, "Actually, I can't digest fried rice, but being a Korean, I want to start eating rice." After which, these two walk to the same place where Sunny had told the chef that she wanted to come here. But now, Bong-soo was not possessed, so she asked Seon-woo why we have come here. Then the chef says, "You were the one who told me you wanted to come here." From this, Bong-soo understands that Sune must have said all this. Now these two reach a beautiful location where the chef tells her, "I have been alone since childhood and being alone had become my habit, but now I realize how important a friend is in life." He thanks Bong-soo, but at that moment there were tears in Bong-soo's eyes because she hadn't done all this, Sunny had. Then Bong-soo can't hold back. She tells Seon-woo everything that the person you like is not me, but a ghost. "I have been able to see ghosts since childhood and a ghost had possessed me. Whatever happened between us was because of that ghost." Saying all this, Bong-soo starts crying and apologizes to Seon-woo. But Seon-woo doesn't understand anything. After that, Bong-soo leaves from there. Seon-woo quickly goes to Bong-soo and says, "I don't like such jokes at all. You're probably pranking me." Then Bong-soo tells him everything again, but Seon-woo doesn't believe her. He says, "Maybe you want to break up with me. That's why you were saying such absurd things." To this, Bong-soo says, "I am not lying. That ghost was the restaurant owner's daughter." Then we see Seon-woo taking Bong-soo to a mental hospital. But Bong-soo says, "Everything I told you is true, and you have to believe me. My grandmother was a shaman. That's why I can also see ghosts." Then we see Sune, who has come to warn Bong-soo about Officer Choi. But before she can say anything, Seon-woo comes to Bong-soo, and an argument starts between them. Seon-woo says, "I believe that people see ghosts, but I will only believe you when I see that ghost with my own eyes." Sun-ai is also watching all this. Then Bong-soo tells him, "I have told Seon-woo everything about you." Seeing Bong-soo, Seon-woo asks her, "Who are you talking to?" Bong-soo replies, "The one I told you about. She is right here and I am talking to her." Then Sunny goes to Seon-woo and touches him. Seon-woo gets very scared seeing this and he believes that Bong-soo was telling the truth. Meanwhile, Bong-soo also reveals, "I was the one who let that ghost possess me." In the next scene, we see Seon-woo is very worried and he is drinking. Just then, Officer Choi comes to him. Seon-woo asks him, "Do you believe in ghosts?" Then Choi denies it. But during the conversation, Choi suspects that Bong-soo might be possessed by Sun-ae. Then Seon-woo comes to the restaurant and tells Bong-soo, "Why did you tell me the truth when you shouldn't have told me the truth? After finding this out, I've gone crazy. I don't understand if I was attracted to you or to that ghost." He hugs Bong-soo. Then Bong-soo says, "I've liked you from the beginning, and I did all this just to get you." Now Seon-woo says, "I need some time to think. Until then, you go home and leave me alone." The next day, the other chefs at the restaurant tell Seon-woo that Bong-soo didn't come to work today, and her phone is also off. Then the chef goes to Bong-soo's room to check on her, but sees that Bong-soo is not in her room, and all her belongings are also missing. Seeing this, Seon-woo gets even more worried. Meanwhile, when Bong-soo regains consciousness, she is at Sune's father, Mr. Shin's house. Mr. Shin tells her, "You were lying unconscious outside, so I brought you here, and I know you've also skipped your job so you can stay in my daughter's room as long as you want." Just then, Sune also arrives and sees Bong-soo in her room. Sune tells Bong-soo, "Officer Choi wants to kill you. You have to stay away from him." Now, from here, we are shown a lady officer named Kang, who looks very weak. Taking advantage of this, Suna possesses her body. Then she goes inside the office where she sees her diary kept in Choi's drawer. But Choi had locked the drawer. Sun-ae goes and tells all this to the shaman and says, "I saw my diary in Choi's drawer." To which the shaman says, "Your diary must have some secret hidden in it, so you have to get that diary from there." In the next scene, Sunny possesses Kang's body again and sends all the officers for lunch. After everyone leaves, she tries to open the drawer. Just then, Officer Han arrives and asks, "Do you also suspect Officer Choi?" To which Officer Kang replies in the affirmative. Here, Han tells possessed Kang, "I am also keeping an eye on Choi because I think Choi is trying to hide something." He also says, "When I was going to get the video footage of his wife's accident, someone attacked me, and I saw Choi there. I think he is either protecting the criminal or has made some deal with him. He also reveals that he has found some other evidence and Choi is going to be in trouble soon. The scene returns to Seon-woo, who goes to Bong-soo's room. Now Seon-woo also finds pages related to those recipes there, which he had read on the Sunshine blog. He takes all those pages to his room and searches for those recipes on the internet. Then he finds out that the owner of the Sunshine blog is none other than Bong-soo, and that's why he liked those blogs so much. In the next scene, Sune's brother comes to Seon-woo and slaps him hard. Then he talks to him very rudely and says, "What did you get by doing this to such a good girl? She is so depressed because of you that she hasn't even eaten." Actually, he is talking about Bong-soo. Then Seon-woo asks him, "How do you know she hasn't eaten anything?" To which he says, "Because she is staying at my house." Hearing this, Seon-woo runs to Bong-soo and hugs her. He says, "Don't think I've forgiven you. I just came to you because I was very worried about you. I don't know if you're possessed by a ghost or not, just don't leave me like this." Bong-soo also hugs the chef. After that, we see these two sitting on a swing and talking. Seon-woo asks her about the Sunshine blog. Then Bong-soo is very shocked and asks, "How did you find out about this?" To which Seon-woo says, "I also have some sources, and from them, I found out about your blog." Then Seon-woo says, "I admit that I was attracted to the ghost because she taught me many things, but I realized that I liked you even before she possessed you." Then these two start to leave from there. Seon-woo asks her, "Won't you come back to the restaurant?" Bong-soo says, "I left there suddenly. Now if I come back, I don't know what other people will think about me, so I can't go back like this." Then Bong-soo returns to her room. Just then, Sunny comes to her. She tells her, "Officer Choi might have something to do with Yoon-hui's accident, and Officer Han told me this." The next scene shows Officer Han receiving the report of the chip found at the accident site, and that chip had Officer Choi's fingerprints on it. Knowing this, Officer Han calls Seon-woo and says, "I have something to tell you about Yoon-hui's accident, but don't tell Choi anything about it. And you meet me urgently." Now we see Officer Han is very sad because he considered Choi his friend, but he tried to kill him. Officer Han stops at a red light. Just then Choi gets into his car. Seeing him like this, Han gets a little scared. Here we see Seon-woo calling Han, but Han doesn't pick up his call. Actually, Officer Choi had caused Han's car accident, due to which Han dies on the spot, and Choi also burns that report which had information related to the chip. In the next scene, Seon-woo reaches Han's funeral, where he meets Choi, and he reacts in front of him as if he has done nothing wrong. In the next scene, Bong-soo and Sun-ae meet Seon-woo, and now Sun-ae and Bong-soo tell Seon-woo that Yoon-hui's accident was probably caused by Choi, and Han knew about it. That's why Choi killed Han, and it's possible that Choi also killed Sun-ae. Meanwhile, Sun-ae also reveals that Choi has hidden that diary somewhere else. That's why we have to find that diary, because that diary is hard evidence. The next day, Seon-woo walks to his mom's house, where he starts looking for the diary in Choi's room. Meanwhile, Choi also returns home, but before he arrives, Seon-woo hides the diary and makes an excuse to leave from there. On the other hand, we see Bong-soo with Mr. Shin. Bong-soo asks him about Sun-ae. Then, Mr. Shin says, "I wish I had picked up Sun-ae's call that night. She called me, but my phone's battery was low, so I couldn't pick up the call. But later, I got a strange voice message in which there was a strange voice and the sound of dialing a number was also coming." After that, Bong-soo, Seon-woo, and Sun-ae all three go to the shaman, where Seon-woo places that diary in front of them. After that, she stands at a distance in anger and starts yelling at him from afar, which was a very funny scene. Then we see that in his childhood, an evil spirit possessed Officer Choi by taking advantage of his weakness, meaning Officer Choi is also possessed in the present time. Meanwhile, we also find out that after Yoon-hui's accident, she had also tried to commit suicide, but Officer Choi saved her life, and that's where they both met for the first time. In the next scene, Min-soo is shown celebrating his birthday with everyone. Except for Seon-woo, all the workers are enjoying with him. Meanwhile, Seon-woo is very worried about Bong-soo. He thinks why Bong-soo hasn't come to the restaurant yet, but he didn't know that Bong-soo is enjoying the party. And the same ringtone was also in Sun-ae's last voice message. Now Sun-ae remembers everything that Choi had caused Yoon-hui's accident, and Sun-ae had seen him committing that accident. That's why he had also killed Sun-ae. After remembering all this, Sunny leaves Kang's body, and now Choi could see her clearly. Choi says, "Finally, you came in front of me." Now Sunny remembered everything. She asks him, "Why did you kill me?" To which Choi says, "Because you saw me committing the accident. That's why I had to kill you." Sunny says, "Everyone is finding out about you. You won't be able to escape." Saying so, Sunay runs away. After that, we are shown a flashback scene from 3 years ago in which it is revealed why Choi did all this 3 years ago. Officer Choi was on duty when his father, who had adopted Choi, appeared before him. But his father is not happy to see Choi. He says, "Seeing you again has brought back my bad memories, so don't show your face to me again." Hearing this, Choi feels very bad, and the evil spirit inside him overpowers him. Because of this, Choi goes to kill his father, but seeing them happy, he gets emotional and cannot kill them. Then he was returning by car, and at that time he was very emotional because only one family had adopted him, and even after having their own son, they did not treat Choi well. Just then, someone collides with his car. When he gets out and looks, it is Eun Hui, who was badly injured. Seeing this, he gets very scared and was about to help her, but just then, the evil spirit enters him, and he runs over Eun Hui's legs with his car and flees from there. Sunay had seen him doing this, so she quickly tells Officer Choi all this, because in the police team, she knew only Choi well, but she didn't know that Choi had caused the accident. After that, Sunay writes down the car number in her diary so that she can remember the number. When Choi comes to her, Sunay tells him everything and also tells him the car number. At that very moment, Sunay's eyes fall on the number of Choi's car, and she understands that Choi himself had caused this accident. But Sunay doesn't tell Choi about this. Instead, she makes an excuse and runs away from there because she was alone in the house. So Choi chases her to catch her and catches her. Then he ties her hands and takes her somewhere in his car. Meanwhile, Sunay calls her father, but her father doesn't pick up the call. After that, she sends a voice message to that number so that she can give them some hint about the car number, but they don't understand. Then Choi takes her to his house and later drowns her in a tub and kills her. Then he throws her body in the river. The next morning, the police pull Sunay's body out of the water, and everyone thinks that Sunay might have committed suicide because Officer Choi had created the scene in such a way that it looked like suicide. Now the story comes to the present, where Sun-ae was thinking that she is wandering because her death was sudden, and she did not get justice, not because she is a spirit. Then Sun-ae goes to the shaman and tells everything. On the other hand, Choi was now looking for Sunny. Just then, on the way, he meets Mr. Shin, who was taking some food and drink items from the market to his house, and tells Choi that a guest has come to their house, so he is taking food and drink items. After that, we see Bong-soo, who calls the chef and asks to meet him. When Bong-soo was coming out of the restaurant to meet Seon-woo, someone kidnaps her from behind. Meanwhile, Seon-woo calls Bong-soo, but her phone was not reachable. Then he finds Bong-soo's shoe on the road, from which he finds out that Bong-soo has been kidnapped. So he calls the police station and asks about Choi, but Choi was not at the police station. After that, Seon-woo goes to the shaman and tells her about Bong-soo, where the shaman also tells him about Choi's true nature. In the next scene, we see Seon-woo with the police, who track Choi's phone and reach a location, but there they find out that Choi has left his phone here to mislead the police. Then Seon-woo goes to the shaman again, and the shaman tries to find Choi's actual location with her power. She says that Choi is in a place where there are many children, and that place is somewhere around Seoul. In the next scene, we see Choi in an orphanage, where he was playing with many children. Here we find out that Choi also grew up in this orphanage. Near the orphanage, he lives in a room where he had kidnapped Bong-soo. On the other hand, Bong-soo sees the ghost of a child. She asks that child for help and tells him to pass her phone. Then that child helps her and kicks the phone towards her. Now somehow Bong-soo calls Seon-woo, but her mouth was taped so she couldn't tell Seon-woo much. Then Seon-woo tells her, "Message me your location." Now because Bong-soo didn't know about their location, she gives them a hint about the location as a clue. She tells them the location. Just then, Choi comes inside and out of fear, Bong-soo throws the phone at that place. But from that message, Seon-woo understands. Now Seon-woo reaches that orphanage with the police, and the police team starts investigating there. As soon as Choi finds out about the police, he takes Bong-soo in his car and leaves from there. And Seon-woo sees him leaving from there and immediately starts chasing Choi's car in his car. Meanwhile, the shaman and Sun-ae were also following Seon-woo in their taxi, after which we see Bong-soo somehow freeing herself and attacking Choi with a knife, due to which Choi's car loses balance and Bong-soo jumps out of the car. She was very scared, but Seon-woo comes to her and comforts her. At the same time, the shaman and Sun-ae also arrive there, but Choi had fled from there. So now, both the shaman and Sun-ae chase him in their car. After going quite far, these two find Choi's car parked in a deserted place. So they get out of their car and go near Choi's car. Now, because Choi was injured, they follow the blood on the road and reach a deserted building. The shaman says, "I can feel the presence of an evil spirit here." So these two reach the roof of the building where they find Choi. Choi attacks both of them, but the shaman, using her powers, expels the evil spirit from Choi's body and stops him from attacking. Now, as soon as the evil spirit comes out of Choi's body, he realizes that he has done something wrong, and he remembers the moments spent with Sunai and Yunhui. But the evil spirit possesses Choi's body again. But this time, Choi somehow controls himself and jumps down from the building, taking his own life so that the evil spirit cannot use his body again. Because in reality, Choi was a very good person, but due to the possession of that evil spirit, he did all this. After which we see Sunai, who looked a little sad because she will now get salvation, and she cannot stay in this world with other people even if she wants to. In the next scene, we see Mr. Shin. Shin gets a call from the police station where the police officer tells him that his daughter did not commit suicide, but Officer Choi had murdered her. After finding this out, Mr. Shin becomes very emotional. Just then, he has a heart attack. Here we see Bong Soo and Seon Woo talking about Bong Soo's grandmother. Just then, Bong Soo gets a call from the hospital, and these two immediately reach the hospital. On the other hand, as soon as Sunhae finds out about her father, she also reaches the hospital, where the doctor says that her dad is in critical condition due to shock, and his brain is also injured due to the fall. So he has very little time. Then Sunhae goes to her father, apologizes, and asks him to wake up. Just then, Mr. Shin's heart rate starts to decrease, and the doctor comes in and gives him a shock to save his life. Then Sunny sees her father's soul leaving, but she blocks his path and says, "You can't leave my brother alone. You still have to get him married and see your grandson too." She hugs her father's soul and asks him to go back into his body. Just then, Mr. Shin regains consciousness. Seeing this, everyone is very happy, and Mr. Shin tells his daughter, "Your sister sent me back. I don't know if it was a dream or reality, but I saw your sister after so many days." In the next scene, we see Bong Soo and Sunhae talking, where Sunny tells her, "Today is the day she will be liberated." So Bong Soo tells her, "Perhaps this was all our destiny. It was because of you that I was able to come so close to the chef, in return for which we both solved your murder mystery together." She then starts to leave from there, but Bong Soo stops her and says, "Won't you say goodbye to Seon Woo?" To which Sunhae says, "He can't even see me, and how can I do all this?" Then Bong Soo says, "I am giving you permission to possess my body for the last time so that you can go and say goodbye to Seon Woo." After which, Sunny possesses her body and goes to Seon Woo and tells him, "I am not Bong Soo, but Sunai, and I have come to say goodbye to you at Bong Soo's request." Sunai thanks the chef. "Because of you, I was able to experience all those things that I could never experience when I was alive, and now I have no regrets in my life." Seon Woo also thanks her and says, "It was because of you that we found out about my sister's accident." As she is leaving, Seon Woo hugs her, after which Sun Ae leaves Bong Soo's body and goes to heaven. Then one day, Seon Woo gets a call to be a judge in a cooking competition, but he refuses to be a judge, and he registers Bong Soo as a contestant in that same competition. But when he tells Bong Soo about this, she gets very scared about how she will participate in the competition, to which the chef says that it's not a very big competition, so don't worry. He also gifts her a knife on which the first letters of both their names were written. Bong Soo works very hard to participate in the competition, after which the competition day finally arrives. Then the competition starts, and Bong Soo and her competitors prepare their dishes. After which, it's time for the results, and Bong Soo comes third in the competition. Seeing this, Bong Soo is very surprised, and Seon Woo was also very happy. Bong Soo was very happy because she didn't expect that she could even come third. Anyway, afterwards, both return to the restaurant where all the workers welcome Bong Soo with a cake and also congratulate her. Meanwhile, Bong Soo finds out that the person who comes third in the competition will get a scholarship to study abroad. But Seon Woo had not told her about this because perhaps he didn't want Bong Soo to leave him and go somewhere. Later, Bong Soo asks Seon Woo about this. "Why didn't you tell me about the scholarship?" To which Seon Woo says, "Who knew you would come third, and I didn't expect it at all, but you didn't embarrass me." Seon Woo hugs her and says, "You don't need to go abroad to study cooking. I will teach you everything right here, but if you still want to go, I won't stop you." To which Bong Soo says, "I want to go because I want to gain my own experience." Hearing this, Seon Woo says, "All right, you can go." Then Seon Woo goes to his room and brings a locket and puts it on Bong Soo, after which the story jumps forward 2 years. On the other hand, Seon Woo has made Min Soo the head chef of his restaurant and has opened a new restaurant himself. Meanwhile, Yoon Hui had also opened a flower shop and was now walking with the help of crutches, after which we see Officer Choi in a mental asylum where he was in police custody. Actually, Choi had survived that that accident, but his memory was lost, due to which he did not remember anything about his past, and perhaps this was his punishment. Yoon-hui now takes care of him and she brings flowers for him, after which we see Seon-woo, who was missing Bong-soo a lot because Bong-soo had gone abroad to study, and he pretends in front of everyone as if Bong-soo talks to him every day, but it had been a month since they both had talked. And now Seon-woo was regretting his decision a lot, that he should not have let Bong-soo go alone. One day we see Bong-soo suddenly returning to Korea and going straight to the restaurant where everyone is very surprised and also very happy to see her. Then Bong-soo goes to Seon-woo, where Seon-woo is very happy to see her, where first he pretends to be angry with her, but later they both kiss each other. Bong-soo tells him that she didn't call him because she missed him a lot and didn't want to be distracted from her studies, because whenever she talked to him, she felt like coming back to Korea. At night, we see Bong-soo at Seon-woo's house, where these two spend a very good time, and they also get intimate with each other, after which Bong-soo starts working at Mr. Shin's restaurant, and their restaurant becomes very famous again, where everyone calls Bong-soo Mr. Shin's daughter, and Bong-soo and Seon-woo's relationship also becomes very strong. With this happy ending, this drama ends right here.